Just another fun day here at the OK Corral. To work on the guitar I actually want to work on, I gotta take this one apart just to get these two pickup covers. Holy, okay. Now I can finally work on this thing. So it's a lot of dirty. American Standard. Upgrade Candy Cola Dry. Nice. This already has shielding paint, Ricardo. I can see it underneath. So that's good news. That saves me a shitload of time. And this guitar is not noisy, so you can go fuck yourself with your dirty copper shielding. That's a stupid pain in the dick to put into guitars. So fuck your copper shielding, 'cause it's a dirty pain in the dick, you dirty fucking asshole. Get off there. Dirty squished on bushings. Fuck. Holy fucking absolute shit, I don't think I've ever had this much trouble getting a friggin' bushing off. Get the fuck off there. Holy. Yeah, if you're having trouble getting your little bushings on, just a tiny little bit of this lovely universally you slut. As I was saying, this lovely universal silicone lube is great for all kinds of stuff. You don't need much, just a tiny little drop on the inside will do ya. That's probably too much. But it, oh yeah. Brings them right back to life. Okay, so I'm going to start with it. I'm going to start with the top pickup and just line up the two screws. Hold it tight, and no matter how many times you've done something, there's always an opportunity to look like an idiot who's just doing it for the first time. Okay, now all this other stuff should pretty well line right back up into place. Easy peasy lemon squeezy, like my kids would say. Hey Daddy, easy peasy lemon squeezy. Is what my 3-year-old, or is what my 6-year-old always says. There we go. Those are snug. The washners on the back keep them from coming unsnug. Holy loose. All the tuner's loose, all the tuner's loose. You gotta tighten up your tuners. You can't let them get so. Oh my god, falling off. Yep, falling off. Falling off. Falling off. And yes. Falling off. You gotta check your tuners when you change your strings. Just see if you can untighten them with your hands. Yeah. Check your tuners when you change your strings. If they come loose with your fingers, take a 10mm wrench and snug them up. You wonder why your guitar is going out of friggin' tune? Look, I can actually just polish this fingerboard with Gibson polish. Maybe it'll sound like a Gibson when I'm done. This guitar hardly looks like it's been played. Jeepers peepers. Get a set of strings on it and then do a quick setup. Alright. Yes. Personal preference. Playing for this guitar. Richard prefers to have the tremolo able to go forward but not back. Since he doesn't use it that much to begin with, for a start, since he doesn't use the tremolo at all, really, he just likes I think he just likes the option to be there. But tuning stability is his. Tuning stability. Fuck, I hate these D'Addario strings. Yes, so as I was saying, I know from his playing preference that he hardly ever uses the tremolo. He just likes the option to be there a little bit. So once you get to a certain point with the tremolo and the way it floats, it then becomes personal preference for how stiff you like it. So meaning once you go beyond a certain point of tension, you've already bought. Once you go beyond a certain point of tension, the bridge will rest flat against the body, so it won't be able to come back. It'll only be able to come forward. Beyond that point, anything beyond that point is personal preference, because then it becomes an issue of how much tension do you want to have to use to actuate the tremolo. This guitar looks like it's hardly been played. There's no fret wear. All the lacquer's still halfway up each fret. A telltale sign that it's not been played a lot, or is really new. I think this is a 2010, so 7 years old. Hasn't been played a lot. I would say this neck is screaming in pain with the friggin' 11 or 12s that are on this guitar right now. Probably never had a truss rod adjustment, ever. This guitar has probably undergone very few string changes. But the frets didn't feel scratchy when I was playing it, and seems fine to me. New set of strings, new pickguard. But I'll tell you what, buddy, you could just about go fuck your hat with that shielding. Alrighty, kids. Let's check the relief in the neck. Let's see if I can get 10,000. Would you believe that that is exactly 10,000? Would you want to make a bet that when you put fucking 12 gauge strings on your guitar, there's probably a fair bit more tension on the neck, and your guitar probably needs some adjustment? Holy fuck, bang on. Okay, intonation good. Relief of the neck, good. Action, I bet, is probably good. Yep, 5. And whoa, look at that, 4. And I'll bet 20 bucks it even follows the radius. Holy fucking even shit. Those need to be even. I can tell that the D and the G have been dropped in uneven ways, so I'm just going to set those to the radius of the neck. Oh, look at that. I raise it right back up to the level where the other one is, and falls right back into line. Just the way it should be. Oh, look at that. Some fucking dummy. Alright, I've had to whip out the little magic blue box. The little magic blue box that always seems to provide when I need it to provide. And right now, I need it to provide me 6 decent pickguard screws of the same length and shape. So, here's the story with this guitar. Because they all have a bit of a story, don't they? So this guitar is a 2010, and the young fella who Richard traded for it, or rather, the young fella who Richard traded with for it, yes, English is my first language, seemed desperate to get rid of it. And now I know why. Now I know why. A guitar that's taken apart reveals all its secrets. And let me tell you why this kid was so keen to get rid of such a nice guitar. Because it had just simply fallen out of adjustment. The end. The tuners were about to bloody fall off this guitar. They really, legit, these were going to fall off this guitar. He had obviously tried to compensate for the fact that these tuners weren't holding tune because they were about to fall off the guitar by wrapping the entire string around. I was bitching and moaning when I was pulling the strings off and I had the camera off. But the entire string, entire string was worn around, was wrapped around the post. Obviously to compensate for the fact that it was probably not staying in tune. Which is hilarious. And it doesn't have a back plate. And this all started, a bit of aesthetic change. We wouldn't have changed any of this. This guitar looked fine with a white pickguard and white bits. It looked fine with all this. He didn't have any issue with the way it looked. Neither did I. But it didn't have a back plate, and I don't have a white back plate. Now, the one thing I was curious about was how this would look in black. Yeah, I don't have a white. I think this would look good in black, actually. Yeah, black would have been a good choice for this too. But I don't have a black pick. We don't have this, and wasn't worth ordering one. We just wanted a matching set, and I was just, through circumstance, able to pull all this together. And we both like the look. So if mint green's not your thing, don't feel too triggered. It's okay. You don't need to feel too triggered by the aesthetic choice that I've made. I'm not trying to tell you that it makes the guitar feel, I'm not trying to tell you that it makes the guitar sound better. Okay, mint green. Mint green, I've noticed, in my opinion, mint green, guitars with a mint green pickguard sound better. So yeah, this guitar is hilarious. It simply needed to be put back into alignment. Every little adjustment that I made, I can tell, I could tell two things from. One, a human being made these changes, and those were the changes to the saddles. I didn't know what they were doing. And then two, there was just neglect. And I'm surprised that a right amount of relief fell into this neck. I'm going to have to check again, but it's playing fine. I have to get upstairs, it's playing fine. No buzzing or anything to indicate that this... Okay, yeah, it's hilarious. It's hilarious that this kid obviously quit this guitar because it was just completely out of alignment. And now it's completely out of tune because I haven't stretched the strings. Yeah, it's playing totally fine now. That's hilarious. So, if you're looking for a good deal on a used guitar, find one that's simply needs a few adjustments. I'm shocked. This guitar is basically pristine. There's nothing wrong with it at all. Like I said, even all the frets were... Even just like, you go just look at the frets, it's pristine. When the lacquer is still halfway up the frets, that's so you know a Fender with a lacquered neck has hardly ever been played. The finish is in pristine condition almost everywhere, except for a few odd places, a few odd scratches on it, but that's like right in there. There's a couple of odd scratches, but apart from that, everywhere else, it is in essentially pristine condition. It's just, and got a really thick neck. Like, look at how thick that neck is. C-shape, but it tapers down toward the end here a bit. It gets a bit flatter towards the bottom end. But really chunky. Chunk, 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 starts to taper, starts to taper, starts to taper, gets a bit flat. Neat. Yeah, so a big thing to grab onto here for your cowboy chords, and then if you're Shreddy McShredstein, you got your nice little thin access, like even that feels pretty thin right here. That's like, I don't know why anybody would complain about access on a Strat. It's pretty fucking good. I got not very big hands. But anybody who complains about access on a Strat is on a US American Standard Strat. Like, if you're complaining about access, that's pretty absurd. But anyway, there you go, cowboys. She's lovely. I'll get Richard to demo it later. Whoa. So what do you think? It looks good, eh?
It's beautiful, man.
So,
Love it. Sounds great. I really like the bridge, actually.
it's really good.
Sounds really good.
It's good everywhere.
It's great. I mean, it looks so much better like this.
Yeah, it looks really good.